We have metastatic precision. So Garrett, I see you unmuted, and turn your camera on. All right. And when you see the clock go, you can go ahead and start. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Garrett Jones, a biological engineering student and entrepreneur, and I'm excited to tell you about Precision Vet DX, a cancer screening tool for veterinary application that we're creating with our unique and patented fiber technology. We conducted over 120 interviews with potential stakeholders and validated the need for a point-of-care cancer diagnostic test to fill the current gap between expensive and time-intensive diagnostic procedures for dogs. Without a rapid test, pet owners and vets have to wait days for results that our test provides in 20 minutes. When it comes to cancer, days matter. Our technology is simple and can be used with the equipment available in most clinics. Currently, vets collect liquid cell samples from the inside of a tumor and send them to a lab for further examination. With our technology, Precision Vet DX is placed in a solution with the sample. Due to their unique characteristics, malignant cells travel through the device much faster than healthy ones and are collected in a water-soluble cap. Once the cap is dissolved, the cells within can be easily analyzed and staged for cancer. This device would be sold at $25 per test. Based on our market research and the diagnostic needs of the vets we interviewed, we believe we could achieve a gross revenue of $35 million if the adoption rate reached 15%. We are seeking funding to form a company and purchase the materials necessary to soft launch our minimum viable product so that we can make a difference for the 240,000 dogs diagnosed with lymphoma every year.
Great job. Thank you so much. Yeah, virtual claps and in-person claps. We got a few here. All right, judges, what do you got?
I'll start again, Garrett. Really interesting technology. I'm curious, is it transferable from humans to humans? Like, is this technology, I know you're looking at dogs, but is it transferable to humans as well, this type of technology for rapid detection?
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to look at in the future. It's the veterinary market is just a lot easier to get into, and we found this need that's just not addressed. And also a big thing with this is a rather affordable test. And, when you're getting into human medicine, there's a lot more, people are often willing to spend a lot more on things and actually go for those, more expensive diagnostic methods. But with this would be a point of care test that they can get immediate results, and then they can be further backed up by those longer wait time products. So that'll be explored in the future.
Garrett, what about other small animals? Why the isolation on dogs?
Can you repeat that?
What about other small animals, and why the isolated focus on dogs?
Because that seems to be where the vets have the most issue with diagnosing cancer. Lymphoma is very common, and so that's just where it's been focused and what our customer discovery process focused on. Yeah.
Okay.
Garrett, first of all, good presentation, and I like that you went ahead and started to look at your pricing, costing, kind of the business case around the proposal that you're making, and even giving us some projections about what that could look like at a 15% adoption rate. So that's really cool. My question is, can you elaborate a little bit more on your trials with vets and what's been their feedback?
Okay, so yeah, we haven't done trials with vets, but this has been proven to work and is published working with breast cancer cells, metastatic breast cancer cells. And so that's actually what we're seeking funding for, is for a soft launch with basically vets that are at the UGA hospital and, UGA alumni that we would be able to get feedback and reliable feedback from. But based on our customer discovery process, they have basically said that this is something that they'd be willing to look into and try.
So Garrett, can you give us a sense, if you understand this, of sort of the regulatory framework around this technology and what the runway might be from the point of, product to in vet clinics?
Okay, yeah, so this is one of the reasons that, someone asked earlier about why enter the veterinary market versus the human market. And so this actually would not need to be regulated by the FDA, but we would go through and actually go ahead and pay to have someone assess the packaging and label on the product. So that's, another thing that we're seeking funding for and other avenues as well. But it doesn't have to be, the product itself does not have to be certified by the FDA.
And how big is your team? I'm assuming you're in the team, and how big is the rest of your team that's working on the problem?
Right. So there's Kelsey Collins. She has 8 years experience as a veterinary assistant. She's the primary researcher, should be the CEO. And she has 8 years experience there. And then we have Dr. Karen Berg, and she's a biomedical engineer, and she has several years experience. She's launched startups before. And then our industry mentor is Scott Taylor. He's with Polymed Incorporated, and that's a small polymer business in Anderson, South Carolina. And he's been walking us along, what you would have to do to actually start a small business and be successful. There's 4 in total.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And Garrett, is there any IP associated with this technology?
Yeah, so there's a patent issued for using this as a diagnostic tool for cancer cells, and actually I think it was about a month ago, it was a second patent was approved for its use in tissue engineering applications in terms of like regeneration and scaffolding. So we can, that's something to explore in the future. That just got approved very recently.
And Garrett, just one other question. A lot of diagnostic tests, you have false positives, false negatives, type 1, type 2 errors.
For sure.
What's the reliability of this test?
Yeah, so right now we're actually seeking to get out our minimum viable product, and so we're in phase 1 of that right now, and we're trying to actually get our we're trying to calibrate it so that we can get that. And some of the things that we're looking at is, so there's a lot of tests that are kind of like this, but nothing for cancer. But there's like, say, heartworm tests and tick tests, and so we're looking at stuff like that to determine what are they comfortable with? What's their, different error types? So that's what we're trying to do right now, to get the numbers down and be able to provide that information.
Good.
All right. Great job, Garrett. Great answers to the questions. Thank you so much, judges, for those good questions. I think a lot of interesting thoughts and thought-provoking things you can take into the deliberations. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Great job. So I think how we'll do this first is if we can go through each team and give feedback. All right. Metastatic precision. Maybe some things they did well, some things they could work on.
Yeah, I'll start again. First of all, I think very well thought out and great vision for your product. I think it was evident that you came into this with a lot of good information, and you've done your research and know where you're going. I think the feedback I would give is those field trials and with vets and customers that would use this product are super critical. So I think next steps, you've got those in your roadmap, but next steps with those field trials is going to be super critical to determine whether or not it's as effective as you believe it will be. And then you're going to be able to understand that value much better. But definitely a great job and well thought out presentation. Like I said, having the business case information is super critical when you're trying to pitch an idea, because all of us are business people, and that's what we think about too, is the how we're going to make money with something, right? So good job and a great pitch.
Yeah, just building on Matt, great job, well prepared, good pitch, and the opportunity is on those field trials to understand, the accuracy of the diagnostic test, because that's going to be something that you'll definitely need to understand at some point in time. What are those false positives, false negatives that come up in the diagnostic test? But overall, good idea. Definitely is relevant. and potentially even in the longer term may have transferable type of diagnostic tools for the human side as well. I know it's a long road on that human side, but there's maybe some transferability there as well. But overall, really nice job.
Yep, I agree. Very clear, precise, focused pitch. I loved the business case that you articulated for this product. I thought that was well done. And I'll echo what they said, reliability data. I think that's the next step. Understanding that reliability data is really going to strengthen your case going forward.
All right. Thank you, judges, for that great feedback. I know that the metastatic precision team will make sure to address those things and think about that going forward. I really appreciate your time and all your great contemplations for each of these teams. All right, up next, fact. So at this point, judges, if you guys want to go ahead and start the announcements, all of the team members, all the pitchers, make sure to go ahead and turn your camera on so we can see your smiling faces. There we go. Hopefully your excited reactions to winning the money. So first up, we'll do runner-up. So Chris.
Yep. So I just wanted to say a couple things. There was an easy decision for all these judges to come to a conclusion on, which was all of you should continue with these ideas. You have tremendous passion, creativity. The pitches were fantastic, and everyone should continue. I know it's hard when you don't win something like this. It can be frustrating, but it shouldn't be. The hard part of the judges' time was figuring out who should win because it was so close and everybody did such a terrific job. But I will not delay any further. I'll tell you that the runner-up for the contest tonight was Fast. Congratulations. And the winner was Metastatic. Really great job by them. But everyone did terrific. So we all really hope you'll continue with your companies.
Yeah, just a couple of closing comments for me, and I think everybody else would want to too, but this is not things that I thought about when I was in college. I think, Jason, you mentioned earlier, we were probably thinking about how to open the beer in the right way, right? So you guys just blow us away. This is my second opportunity doing this, and I get blown away every time by the things that you guys are thinking about, the understanding that you have of complex problems and how you're approaching solving these problems. It just amazes me. So I really felt privileged to listen to each of your pitches today.
Yeah, and I disagree with Matt. Fantastic job by everyone. The passion and the energy and the entrepreneurial creativity, stood out in everyone's pitches. And I would just encourage you to continue that drive. You have a dream, you have a vision, you've seen an opportunity, so continue just to go after it. I wish I had that 20 years ago, the same drive that I see in everyone here. I wasn't thinking that broadly or that entrepreneurial, but it's apparent that this team, each and every one of you have something that you can continue to build on. So keep that energy and that drive and that creativity and just go after that opportunity that you see and keep pushing forward. Really nice.
Right. And I would just add that, the University of Georgia supports the work that you're doing. We're proud of the work that you're doing. We really appreciate this entrepreneurial spirit, and we want to make this work that you're doing as successful as possible. So continue coming back to the Innovation Hub, continue coming back to the Innovation District programming. Tim, Dan, Ian, Kevin, the team, they are here to help you take the next step. And so utilize the resources at the University of Georgia that are at your disposal to pursue these dreams. And we're here to help.
Great. So thank you so much for everybody attending tonight.